checked out our website at stepnorth.com. Now check out our radio station at WSNR.us. Step North Internet Radio. Internet radio for the grown and sexy.
Hey, you're in the cubby hole with Big John on WSNR.us, Step North Internet Radio. And we're about to talk to Miss Wihida Clark, the author of Justify My Thug. Cyberspace fans, listeners of WSNR.us, let's welcome to the program Miss Wihida Clark. Hey Wihida, how you doing?
Hey, WSNR Chicago, what's going on?
Oh, we're in the house and you're in the house and we're glad to have you here. It's a beautiful day in Chicago and it's going to be more beautiful because you just graced our presence with your presence. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. Looking forward. I'm touching down tomorrow morning into Chicago. Got a book signing. Books at Lincoln Mall, and then the Power 92 anniversary bash. So I'll spend some time in Chicago. I'm excited, and I'm more excited to be talking to you guys.
Ooh, Lord, we're excited to talk to you too. The feeling's mutual. So you're going to be tomorrow, Saturday, May 21st, 2011, at 2 p.m. at ZZ Books, which is at 134 Lincoln Mall Drive, Lincoln Mall Lower Level, in Matteson, Illinois. They don't like it when you say Matteson. You people say Matteson, but it's Matteson, Illinois, and the telephone number there at ZZ is 708-283-9850. So why don't you tell us what's going on? What's going on, Wihida?
Wow, what's going on? My new book that just dropped, Justify My Thug, the 26th of April, came in at number 19 on the New York Times bestsellers list. I was the only street lit author on the list. That's real big. We read, and I have a huge fan base, and I am very appreciative to that. Excited, the book is doing well. It's part 5 to the Thug series, and hey, let's do it, y'all.
Well, you've been crowned the Queen of Thug Love Fiction by Nikki Turner. So she's the Queen of Hip Hop Fiction. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about the entire Thug Love Fiction genre that you are so well graced and versed, and the Queen of what you wear your crown in.
Absolutely, and it's something that you brought that up because the genre is so new that when you go look it up, they don't have one set name for it. It comes under street lit, urban fiction, hip hop fiction. But my books are based on, it's thugs, it's street. I keep it gritty, but the thugs in the book, they do what they do, but they're married, they love, they have relationships. The women, intelligent, smart, college graduates, they're with the thugs, but the relationships are just, everyone says how they can relate to the couples so much, and that just draws you in. If you haven't read a Wihida Clark book, you haven't had your Wihida Clark experience, so you don't really understand what I'm saying until you pick up one and read it. So, and since the relationships that stand out so much in my books, they call me the Queen of Thug Love Fiction.
But in the place to be with the WCE, which is the Wihida Clark Experience. You can use that.
Absolutely. I like that.
All right. I kind of like it too. I made it myself just on the spot. But so your style of writing is what would you call it? It's a template for urban literature. You're actually setting the trend for the future of books to come along in that genre.
Well, I'm setting the trend, and we excel, take it to new heights. So I'm sure someone will come after me and take it to the next level, and that's what it's all about. But right now, I am the reigning queen.
Okay, so you would be to the hip hop culture in terms of novels what Wes Montgomery was to jazz, what the originator.
Wow. That's some nice company to be in.
Isn't it? James Brown in funk. Okay. Yeah, we could go with everything. We relate everything to music, so
okay,
and that's cool.
Right.
Yeah. So you had a series. Can you tell us a little bit about your other books that you had that preceded this new release?
Okay, it's Thugs and the Women Who Love Them, which was part 1. Every Thug Needs a Lady, Thug Matrimony, Thug Loving, and then Justify My Thug. And I'm totally excited about this because it's part 5. It was long, highly anticipated, but then it's also the first release under Cash Money Content. Cash Money Content is the publishing company from Baby and Slim Williams. They own Cash Money Records, so they now have started their own publishing company, and I am the first fiction release under that publishing company and the first female release under that company. So they're marrying hip hop and street lit, hip hop and literacy, hip hop and reading. They are very innovative, and they give me creative control, and they let me do me. So that's another reason why this book is being so well received.
Because you do you better than anybody else, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, now this is, there's a misnomer out there that just because you're into hip hop that you said something very interesting earlier about the lives of the people involved with the music. Here, my background is very diverse, and I really get into everything. I'll be doing hip hop for a group of 8th graders next week at a graduation party. I've been doing it at school for 15 years, if you could believe that. And the kids are very, very hip hop, but people grow up and there's normalcy in life, and music that you listen to really has nothing to do with wanting to have that normalcy. It's just a form of entertainment, and people they make the mistake of thinking that just because you may like a particular type of music that actually inflates on your intercedes on your character. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying, and that definitely is far from the truth, because the percentage of people that buy the hip hop music are white people.
Ooh. Yeah, I know they're the only one, because all the black people out there buying it on bootlegs. And we love our bootleggers, but we want to help them to get real too. But a lot of it is just the excitement and the drama of any other normal type of entertainment that you go through. I mean, you'd be surprised how many people that are actually hip-hop artists that actually have degrees, associate degrees and diplomas, because you really have to have some kind of a educational base.
They're smart, they're innovative, they're trendsetters.
Right.
You definitely can't judge a book by its cover.
That's right. But if I could judge your book by its cover, I would judge it as a pretty good book, because I kind of like what you got on the cover there, girl.
It's a very good book, and I can't wait for you to read it.
Okay. I just really got exposed to it a couple days ago, but it's definitely on my list of books to read in the very near future. And also, we're putting it together. Pam Nelson is putting together where we looks like we'll be out doing maybe a live stream. We have another channel called WSNR Live, where we are able to do live streams without interrupting our regularly scheduled program. So we plan on being there tomorrow at a ZZ Book with the microphone in hand and doing the live stream right there.
Awesome. And look, shout out to Pamela of Landella Promotions. Pamela Nelson, she is phenomenal.
She's a hard-working girl. We work with her on a few projects. We work with her on the Pam Grier project, also the Venus Williams project, and every time Pam, I'm kind of like a go-to guy for her. So when she got you, I said, well, can I talk to Miss Wihida? I want to talk to the queen. Let me put the queen on the phone, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right. So tell us a little bit more about your plans in the future, and you have a very interesting history too. So do you want to? I heard that you were in a social situation with a very prominent person who actually helped you out quite a bit.
Yes, all my fans know, my readers know that I did federal time. I did 9.5 years. That was 9.5 of a 10.5 federal prison sentence. And yes, when I was in Austin, West Virginia, Martha Stewart did come through. Actually, I showed her the business plan to my publishing company. I have my own publishing company now, Wihida Presents Publishing. And she looked it over and she gave me some very valuable advice. So, yeah, there was a social situation.
So what did she tell you?
That's confidential. Confidential. And everyone says, okay, what did she say? What did she say?
Well, did she give you any good recipes? Like,
no, actually, I didn't get any recipes because when I was there, I was writing and doing what I do, and she was there. She was doing what she do, because while she was inside, she still had her business running out here, the empire.
Yeah.
So she was busy. I was busy. For the trendsetters. Just because we're in prison, we just not kicking back with our feet up, watching TV. No, she was doing what she do. I was doing what I do. We were busy. I would see her in the morning when she would go running because we had about the same workout schedule. And every now and then I would see her going to the mess hall. And the only other time I would see her was when prison compound, they allowed us to put on a business workshop. They let us run it for 7 days. And Martha, she did a segment. She had one of the evenings that she did a segment on business and trends and business trends. Of course, it was packed. Everybody, Austin has like 1,100 women. Man, everybody tried to get in, squeeze into the chapel. We was having it to hear Martha do her presentation. And I did the one on writing and getting published. So other than that, I would just see her in passing, wave at her, and keep it moving.
Wow. So
it was only months though.
Yeah. Well, she got the light one. I'm sure that but it must have been a nice place. But it's not where you start out; it's where you end up. And you took a situation and turned it into a positive. And people have to realize that just because you're in something right now, doesn't mean that you'll always be there. You have to kind of work your way out, see your way out, and work your way through, because a very successful New York Times published author, and at the top of the charts. And I understand that your deal in Cash Money, there was some that you actually moved from a what would be called a major publishing house to venture out onto your own with your entrepreneurial spirit with Cash Money. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, while I was incarcerated, I had landed a publishing deal with a major publishing house, Kensington. And then when that contract ran out, they bid on you. So my next new home was Hachette, which is also a major publishing house. When that contract ran out, it just so happened this was during the time that Cash Money was ready to launch Cash Money Content. So they teamed up with Simon & Schuster, which is also a major publishing house, and Cash Money is an imprint of Simon & Schuster. But as soon as I came home from prison, I already had my business plan. So as soon as I came home, my husband had my office, I went straight to work on building my publishing company. So I was already in publishing mode before I signed with Cash Money Content. So right now I have 11 offices. I have 13 titles in bookstores right now. And Cash Money, they just allowed me to do me. When they signed me up, they allowed me to just have creative control. Wihida, do you. So that's why I like them. They're innovative. And, they're hustlers just like me. And it's just a good fit. I just can't wait to see what we're going to do. We're just getting started. The book just came out, 2 weeks ago, going on 3 weeks. So we're just getting started. So I'm sitting back watching to see how far we're going to take this. But I do feel that Cash Money Content is going to open doors for the genre in general.
Well, I like to think that Cash Money Content is going to open the door for everybody. Open the door for everybody. Open doors.
That's a real big deal.
Well, that's all right,
because
you're opening minds and you're opening hearts, and actually directly, indirectly, it's doable because they're making the investment to reach people, and just like on a larger scale than we are, but just like we are. And when you start reaching people, you'd be surprised at how that affects a whole situation. If you have a group of people that you reach, say you reach 10,000 people, if each one of them reaches 5,000, then you're up to five people, then you're up to 50,000. But people are reaching a lot more than onesie twosies. Each one of us, we have at least, I would think, at least 200 to 300 people that we come in contact to on a regular basis in our lives. So if you're able to positively influence someone, from that standpoint, then there's no reason in the world why you can't help everybody.
Feeling that, Big John. I'm feeling that.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about what's it like personally? I mean, how do you they asked Michael Jackson this question. Michael, how do you come up with your songs? Michael said, well, I do this and I do that, I do this, and I said to myself, well, I think Mike is out here jacking some tunes, because he, if you know what you do, you don't necessarily have to tell people how you do it, but you can tell them an outline of what you do to get to where you are. Like, for instance, I work with an artist named Cardell, and Cardell says, sometimes I'm just walking out in the street and the song just hit me, bang. Well, that's a stop.
And when I have a book called, I have two series. I have the Thug series and I have the Payback series. The Payback series was written when I was in the hole. Now, for the women in federal prison camps, they don't have a hole on the compound, so they send you to the local county jail. So when they sent me to a county jail, and in that county jail, oh man, all types of women was coming through there. Day in, day out, like a revolving door, all types of women. And that's where I got my inspiration to write the book, Payback is a Mother. That book is a beast. It was just from being in that environment, just hearing come in and out and hearing their stories and, just hearing bits and pieces of conversations. And that's how the Payback series was born. I wrote that in the hole.
Oh, wow. That's like the big Payback with James Brown. Yeah.
And part two to that is Payback with Your Life. And that was my first book to hit the New York Times bestsellers list, equal to Payback is a Mother.
So how many books have you...
The second book. I have a total of 10.
That have hit the...
Is book number 10.
But how many have hit the bestsellers list?
Just all of them hit... Okay, Essence Magazine used to have a bestsellers list. They don't have that no more. So all of my books, the older ones, hit the Essence bestsellers list. The two hit the New York Times bestsellers list.
Well, that's nothing like being...
That list no more. They stopped doing that maybe like 6 or 7 months ago, or even longer, actually.
Well, in baseball, they say you're batting 1,000, and that's good. We wish you all the best. We want everybody to come out and see Wihida tomorrow at a ZZ Books.
Thank you, my readers. I would love to meet you and give you a hug. I appreciate the support. It's because of my readers. That's why I am where I am, and I write for them.
Well, that's cool. And I'm going to look into some of those books. It really sounds like it'd be some real exciting, interesting reading and a little bit off the beaten path. Absolutely. If you have a faint, weak heart, don't even pick one up. And if you do pick it up, put on your helmet and strap on your seatbelt, because you're definitely going for a ride. Well, nothing like a good ride. Okay, nobody loves to ride more than I do. Okay, everybody, we've been on the scene with Wihida Clark, best-selling authoress. They say author, but I'd have to call you authoress since you're royalty. Okay, to queen of hip hop. Oh, queen of thug love fiction. There we go. Miss Wihida Clark. Wihida, is there anything else? Now, tell them once again, you're going to be at a ZZ, but then on Saturday night with Power 92, you are going to be... On the scene, selling books. Okay, but you're going to be at one of the casinos, right? Yeah, right. It's called the Venue. The Venue, the Horseshoe. Yeah, the Horseshoe.
All I remember seeing is the venue.
Okay, the Horseshoe Casino. And everybody knows in Chicago knows who that is.
The Horseshoe Casino. That party starts at 8 o'clock, and it's sold out. So those of you that can't get in there, definitely you want to come to ZZ Books at Lincoln Mall to bring your Justify Myself to get signed. If you don't have it, get your new copy. If you have all the older books, bring your copy. Chicago, I've been getting all these Facebook messages and calls saying when you coming to Chicago. I'm coming tomorrow, Saturday, so come out and show the Queen some love.
Show the Queen some love. Okay, well, you got love from us, man. We love you, Wihida. You our girl.
and shout out to CMC Cash Money Content.
All right. Well, you've been on the scene with Big John and Wihida Clark here in the Cubby Hole on WSNR.us. Wihida, you get you some rest. You got to take, and we'll see you tomorrow at the ZZ Books, okay? Where we will be doing a live stream. Okay, all right. We'll be in touch.
All right.
Okay, hold on a second.